Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon, and you're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
Good afternoon.
Wake your ass up.
The official Man Cave Today show. What's good, people?
It's morning somewhere.
Oh, yeah. It's about to be on and popping. Salute to everybody in the check-in.
What up?
You know you at. You know where you at. First and foremost, everybody getting situated. Situated.
It's
the official Man Cave Today show. We ready to get this thing popping. Got a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. Let's introduce the squad. To my right. The dude that gets a little rude, especially when he's in a bad mood. We call him what? Deacon Woo Woo.
Wu-Tang is for the children. Wakanda forever.
We live in a bar and close that door. All right. Close that door.
Yes, the heat is on. Please.
No doubt. To the left. To the left. Yes, the Johnny come
the pancake maker.
But I come. The beautiful, the talented 1/3 of the R&B group Allure.
In the flesh.
We call her Hurricane Kiss. Yes. Clap that up. Welcome to this. The greetings you get.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Lovely.
No doubt. I am just humbly stormed on the general.
El Jefe.
Salute. Peace and blessings to you all. No doubt. We about to get this thing on and popping. Shout out to people checking in. But first and foremost, peace and blessings to everybody watching us live right now on YouTube. Bang. Shout out to everyone watching us live right now on Twitter, Periscope. Salute to everyone watching us live on the mother site, WBKS1.com. And shout out to everybody that's listening to us on the TuneIn app. If you don't have the TuneIn app by now, people, download it. It is free.
Es gratis.
See,
iPhone,
Spanish
Android, tablet, whatever you got, it is free. All right?
Yes.
Bilingual up in this piece.
Yes. It's worldwide. And peace and blessings. Much love to everybody checking us out on FB. Let's get some love real quick before we get into this show. Shout out to Kenny Johnson on the check-in. My man Asibi on the check-in. Victor Johnson on the check-in. Y'all related?
Johnson?
Kenny? Victor? No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Deidre Howard Francois on the check-in. Shout out to Ingrid Judge on the check-in. Yes, Sandy B. What's up, baby? On the check-in. Tracy Abrams on the check-in. My man Jamie Skills. What's up, Jamie? Yo, what's good, my dude? Shout out to Alicia Mitchell on the check-in. Yes. Good afternoon. No doubt. Shout out to Mel Davis and everybody trickling in. Now let's get this thing on and popping. No doubt. Also, shout out to Ori. I see you. Ori's in the building. Let's clap it up for the Coquito maker herself. Ori.
Coquito. And Amina, who got me here in one piece.
Shout out to Amina. What up, Mina? No doubt. She in the building too. In the secret room. No doubt. Now, one of the things we're going to be talking about when we get into the topic is, here's how this is going down. Do women really know what will keep a man?
No.
Do women really know what will keep a man?
Because y'all difficult.
Ha! We're going to talk about that today on the Man Cave Today show, all right? You already know. So it's about to be on and popping, first and foremost. How are you doing?
I'm good now. I'm good now.
Like, I am here.
I had a rough week, man.
I am here.
A rough week, but I overslept, but I'm here.
No doubt.
I need the rest.
No doubt. Woo, you good?
I am good.
I got a surprise for you later, too.
Okay, I like surprises. Yeah. No doubt. Okay, we got so many places to go this morning with stories and things to talk about. Y'all want to go hard? Y'all want to go light?
Let's go light.
Light and then okay.
And then
all right. Okay, so we're gonna go real light.
Come on, air people.
All right. Here is something that you would never have to worry about an African American doing.
Oh, these clowns.
Oh, Jesus.
Look at these clowns.
Here is something you would have to never worry about one of us doing. I'm just gonna run the clip, man. Why, man? Only y'all. Only y'all. Here's the clip.
Alrighty. You ready? Yeah. Ow! My son's bleeding! Ow! Oh, fuck! Alrighty. You ready? Yeah.
But have to worry about one of us ever doing.
Wow.
Bruh.
So you never tried that after watching A Christmas Story?
Nah. I just wanted to start light because there's so much going on in the world. I said, let's start off light and playful.
There are two crimes that black people don't commit. A, mass shootings. B, sticking your tongue on a train track. I seen Ralphie in 1983. The damn movie come on every single year. Right. You stupid.
I can't believe my phone just shut off.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
That's the white people crime. That's
All
white
right.
folks.
All right. So moving on.
We do drive-bys, not tongue-bys.
Moving on.
Actually.
We actually have some good news. So you heard about Congress passing about the lynching law?
Yes.
What do you know about this?
They're actually, for the first time in the history of this country, making lynching illegal because up to this time, it was not. And it is now 2019? 18, 19?
Yeah.
All right now.
About time.
Let's run the clip.
You think?
Not that people are going to actually abide by it, but okay.
Let's run the clip.
Unanimous consent that the Committee on the Judiciary be discharged from further consideration of S3178 and that the Senate proceed to its immediate consideration.
Clerk will report.
S3178, a bill to amend Title 18, United States Code to specify lynching as a deprivation of civil rights and for other purposes.
Is there objection to proceeding to the measure? Without objection, that will proceed.
I further ask consent that the substitute amendment at the desk be agreed to and that the bill as amended be considered and read a third time.
Without objection.
I know of no further debate on the bill.
Is there further debate? If not, the question is on passage of the bill as amended.
I ask unanimous consent that the Committee on the Judiciary be discharged from further consideration.
That is the illustrious Senator Kamala Harris, and I'm going to make a link to a future story that we have. That person, sir, I can see as the first female president of the United States of America.
Really?
Kamala Harris is the truth. Check her records. Check out who she is. Please support Kamala Harris. I'm surprised that it took this long for this bill to be passed, but I'm not surprised that she was the person to spearhead the effort.
No doubt. Good morning. Good afternoon. Shout out to Kaz Minor on the check-in, Dimitri on the check-in, DT on the check-in, Phyllis Woodbury on the check-in, D Sands on the check-in. We see you. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about. And being that you mentioned running for president,
yes,
let's go right into this story real quick. So this was news to me, and I'm kind of shocked. And I want to know how y'all really feel about this. All right, so the news comes in, and it says, long-time Clinton advisor guarantees Hillary will run in the 2020 election.
Oh, Jesus, here we go again.
Hillary Clinton is going to run again in the 2020 election. We'll read y'all some of this in here.
Hillary Clinton will reinvent herself as a liberal firebrand and mount a third presidential bid in 2020, her longtime advisor, Mark Penn, predicted in an op-ed for the Wall Street Journal published Monday. Get ready for Hillary 4.0. More than 30 years in the making, this new version of Mrs. Clinton, when she runs for president in 2020, will come full circle back to the universal health care promoting progressive firebrand of 1994, wrote Penn, who co-authored the op-ed with New York City Council President Andrew Stein. The former Secretary of State and twice failed presidential candidate won't let a little thing like 2 stunning defeats stand in the way of her claim to the White House. The pair wrote of Clinton's resolve to defeat Trump in 2020. Philippe Reines, another longtime Clinton advisor, made a similar prediction in a political op-ed published last month, in which he argued Clinton was uniquely well suited to defeat Trump relative to the move widely discussed 2020 Democratic contenders, rather than casting herself as a moderate to win over the Midwest Democrats who defeated the vote for Trump. Penn and Stein argue Clinton should run as a hard left partisan.
Okay. I'm clap that up. Now listen, let's keep it 300. I'm curious, how many of y'all would vote for Hillary Clinton, if she ran against Trump?
I will vote for Clinton against Trump.
Absolutely.
That's not
much
issue.
of a yeah.
No, because
can't put too much thought.
A lot of people feel a certain way about Clinton. Just a lot of people feel a certain way. I think. Let me tell you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this. When the Clintons was in office, right? My pockets was fat. There were a lot of programs that you were able to take advantage of.
Right.
It just was a different time. The economy was doing way better. It was a different time. I remember when Bush was in office. I remember when Reagan was in office. Both Bushes. You know what I'm saying? I remember Obama. We had good times during the Obama era. But Clinton, my pockets was fat. I'm not mad at her. So if she ran against Trump, I'm voting for Hillary. Sorry. Let me just see what the general consensus is. Phyllis says she will vote for her. Vereen says Senator Hillary would be a good president candidate. I vote for Senator Hillary. DT said I think she's ready. B said I'm beginning to realize that a man can only be kept if he's ready to be kept. If not, you can serve the whole table and he will still go for the napkin. Wow. Damn. Oh, we got to get into this topic. We're going to get into it today.
But before we do, I just want to give my 2 cents. While I hear the financial gains of the Clintons single-handedly ratcheted up the prison industrial complex on black people to with unheard of rates. They also destroyed the quote-unquote welfare system as we know it, food stamps. We know that we are disproportionately a group of people that receive those type of things. So that's the one thing. Number 2, of course, there's no question in my mind that I will vote for Clinton over Trump because, please, Clinton drunk and passed out is a better president than the one that we have. It's the question of, can she win?
Right. Especially after
I personally
she ran before.
Don't think she can. She should have won the last election. Me and Norm got into a big debate over Russia and
she got the popular vote.
We got into a big debate over that. There comes a time. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. You need to read the tea leaves, right? You need to step behind the scenes. You want to be Secretary of State again. Get Kamala Harris out there. Get Cory Booker out there. Get moderates out there, because the baggage that she still has, going to continue to weigh her down. She could possibly split the ticket with the baggage. People have a lot of hatred for Hillary Clinton. Doesn't mean she's not qualified. No, but white women, some white women did not vote for another white woman. I don't know what to tell you.
No doubt. But with all that being said, she had a few things against her. Bruh, she had the help. Trump had the help of the Russians, them hacking, them swaying the election. You know what I'm saying? This time around, it will be a whole different ballgame. So I'm voting for Hillary. I'm voting for Hillary. Them two run against each other. I'm rocking with Hill.
I just said I wouldn't vote for her. I just said, her gangster lost to his gangster because Hillary is gangster, Putin is a gangster. One gangster won and one gangster lost. Because make no mistake, the Clintons are gangsters in every sense of the word, and they lost.
Let's say this before we move on. Anytime you vote against any president, against this president or whatever, this candidate, this runner-up for this runner-up, it's always the lesser of two evils, bruh.
I didn't say I wasn't voting for it.
No, I'm just saying it's always going to be the lesser of two evils. Everybody going to have some ish with them. Everybody going to have some ish with them or whatever like that. I'm going to vote for who I feel as though is going to be best for us,
right,
as a people.
And unless we're back in that same state when Clinton was in office, if we're not going to go back to that, whether economically in all aspects, I'm just like, she's gonna have to come hard, like for real.
So other than Trump, right, and before Obama, it was the Bushes, the Clintons, the Bushes, the Clintons, the Bushes, the Clintons. Blah, blah, blah. Look, go. This is me. Go sit down. Go sit down. Go. Look, your time has passed. It's nothing wrong with that. Ali lost in the ring. You know what I mean? There's a circle that a cycle that everyone goes through. A beginning, a middle, and an end. A wise woman and wise man realizes when it's time for them. It's no harm in that. It's no shame in that. I think that she will continue to be a divisive lightning rod. And if like the article says, she's going to go back to her liberal upbringing roots. Okay, but then this campaign before that, she was like this and one like that. I didn't say I wouldn't vote for her. I said that her skill and knowledge of politics and crime and everything else lost to the skill and knowledge of Putin. That's all I'm saying. Gotta look at that. All right.
Okay, so moving on, and shout out to everybody on checking, loving the comments. Let me see. Mimi says something. Mimi said, I would vote for Clinton. So true, knowing my pockets were heavy. Love her. No doubt. Pockets was heavy,
was good back then.
And then replying to D, Mimi said, it happens to the best. I think people thought that as well, and people sadly didn't go out and vote. True indeed.
Yeah.
No doubt. DT said, Victor said, last one she lost, they didn't want a woman to run the office. This is me. They have a clueless man in the office. They have a clueless man. They have a clueless man in the office than a woman.
They would rather have a clueless man in office than a woman who has someone in her corner that has experience.
Exactly, exactly, Vic. No, I feel you. I feel you. All right, so moving on. This next clip, right, is let me make sure I got the clip. All right. Now, a Latina woman just recently hopped online, right? And she told her story about her experiences of anti-blackness in her own family. She told about her experiences of anti-blackness in her own family. We're going to run the clip. Let's talk about it.
My family, if you see a black man with a Mexican girl, she's a thirsty little thot that likes black dick. And my mom would always give me the, why are you watching negros? Why are you watching them negros? You like negros? And I'm like, Mom, are you fucking racist? Like, what the fuck? She's like, no, I'm not racist. We're all children of God. Why are you so against black people then? She's like, no, I'm against black men. Because they use women. They use women, they have kids with them, and then they leave them. And then I'm like, but isn't that what Mexican men do too? Like, not all of them, but the Mexican men are alcoholics and leave their wife or hit their wife. Isn't that our story? She looked at me and she's never bring a black guy to the house. I have to get the fuck out of there. I have no home. I'm kicked out forever. Like, it was that deep. What her parents taught her, it's what it's been taught, engraved in our heads, that black men are cheaters, that black men. In my family, if you see a black man with a Mexican girl, she's a thirsty little thot that likes black dick. And my mom would always give me the, why are you watching negros?
You get to see how we're perceived in other cultures as well, not just Caucasian, Latino parents, and how they feel about interracial relationships, how they feel about African-American men or whatever. Have you ever experienced that in your home?
Not in my home, because my mother loved everybody. There's not a racist bone in anybody in my, as far as I know. No, I've never experienced that. I've never experienced my mother or anybody in my family acting, that way, especially towards my friends. Because when I was growing up, all my friends were black, all of them, with a sprinkle of a couple of Puerto Ricans here and there or whatever. But I never got that. I might have got that one time. But it was brought up like, no, it's not because of that. I was just being funny. And I was just like, and that stuck with me for years and years and years and years. And I just realized that person is just the way that she is. And It's not that I have to accept it. It's just one thing that you can't change. But never. I've seen it in my community. I've seen, like, when I would walk up the block or whatever, and we would go to lunch, and I would see, like, some of the Mexican owners or, different ethnicities or whatever, just, like, staring at us a certain way, or they would act funny if we came into the store. And, like, I always got it, because first glance, everybody's like, oh, morena, until I start speaking, because I feel like, because I hear you say something stupid and disrespectful, so then I go to bat for my friends and I say something, they're like, oh, we didn't know, whatever, whether you knew or not. What's your point?
You know what I never understood, and listening to this young lady's story, how her family kicked her out, didn't want to have nothing to do with her because she was with an African American man, a black man or whatever. I don't understand that if you're a culture that's discriminated against, how do you hate on another culture that's discriminated against? I never understood that whole psyche. It's almost like when kids get bullied, right? Or if somebody gets teased or whatever in school. So right away the initial comeback is for them to do the same thing back to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, you can't take what somebody's throwing at you. So your common sense is to say, well, they do it to us, so we're going to do it to them. And at the end of the day, I just feel like everybody, I don't care who you are, what color hue your skin is, you have to take accountability for what you do. Like she said, oh, Mexicans are drunk. Honestly, when you go into like El Barrio and like Spanish Town, when I grew up, that's how we used to always perceive them, because that's what we always saw. They're hard workers, but every time we came outside, you know how many arguments I done got into coming home at night, and some drunk Mexican came up to me, oh, mommy, and grab and try and literally put his hands on me. People have to like literally defend yourselves against these people because they're constantly drunk. And it's not just saying that you won't walk up the block and see a black man coming home, from bartending or whatever, and they drunk out their ass, or a Puerto Rican or whatever the case is. Just take accountability for who you are. But of course, when you see certain things, it turns into a whole race thing. You know what I mean? But no doubt. I've never had that. My mother dated black men. She all right.
Never.
Shout out to
that's crazy.
Doreen. She said, whatever. I love a black man, and one man is enough. Ingrid said, check out the stage play, Plantanos and Collard Greens. It addresses this issue.
Yep.
Kaz said, let me find Kaz comment. What up, Kaz? You should never judge the group because you have your chosen ones. That's good. So how dare you include the good amongst the bad? No doubt. What's up, Barb? How you doing? Let's read Demetria's comment.
My in-laws I have a great relationship with my mother-in-law, who I talk to every day, and my father-in-law and his wife. I've been accepted and I'm loved, but I have heard the conversations that they have about black men.
Mimi said every race cheats, especially today when people make sex so easy.
Wow.
D-Sans, I agree. D-Sans said they get laying on the sidewalk drunk. They sure do. And Vereen said relative and sibling does play skin color games. I'm light skinned. I can't.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy issue, bro. I mean, what did you feel about her comments?
First, we need to draw a distinction between race and color. First of all, race doesn't exist. But if we're going to have the conversation, race is physical. She has Africoid features. What are you talking about interracial? That's a person of African descent who has a culture of a European. That's what's going on. What you see, she's my complexion. Her and I are the same complexion. If you took her hair away and put on top of her head a more tightly coiled hair pattern, she would look black. So when you say interracial, and I see her full lips, her wide nose, and her prominent cheek structure, I said, no, that's a person that belongs to my race who's confused about their culture. What you are seeing is the pervasiveness of white supremacy. Like this, I'm a white South African. That's like me going to China and saying I'm Chinese. They'd be like, look at that black guy in China.
Is that white supremacy? Because
when a person who is of one race doesn't even know the race that they are and then discriminates against themselves, what would you call it? But race is a physical
attribute. Is that white
attribute.
supremacy what she's talking about right there? Because
no. She's against. No. My bad. Of course, I applaud her because she's against it. Okay. But what she's speaking out against, I got so passionate that my brain exploded. She's expressing how retarded and how ridiculous it is. And I applaud her for that.
Right.
Self-hatred is so deeply rooted in us as a people, and as that's why I believe that we should be Pan-Africanists, meaning people of African descent should look up and get political power. So it just breaks my circus when they think they're of another race, or when I go into the bodega and people start speaking Spanish to me all the time because they say I'm Dominican. But what they won't say is the brother that's darker than me, he's black. No, he's Dominican. I'm confused. That's all. So it just makes me like, it just blows my circuit.
Yeah, to me, I feel the same way. Like I feel like I'm constantly like my head's gonna explode too, because it's like you see it within your own community. Like you see it within your own. How we said there's no race, but you see Latinos hating on other Latinos. You see Dominicans hating Puerto Ricans and Puerto Ricans hating Dominicans, and it's like, why? You know what I mean? Like I to this day I'll never understand, because I have plenty of Dominican friends, and at one point I found myself afraid of even befriending anybody Dominican, because I felt like, oh, it's gonna be a thing. Like I told you about before, you know, one of my male friends, like his mother could not stand me. She couldn't stand me, and not because I did anything wrong. Because why you hanging around con Saborica or whatever? And she used to constantly say this. I'm like, yo, like, are we not the same? I'm sorry. Like, yeah, okay, Dominican, you know, Puerto Rican, there's a difference, I guess. But like, yo, like, why are we all so different, and why are we all hating on one another for what?
Real quick, yeah. Demetrius said
no sense.
In Mexico they have the 16 shades of black, and the darker Mexicans are really not accepted.
Yeah, that's white supremacy.
I'm not sure if Latinos go back to the same say chart though, and most of my husband's family are considered Morenos. Okay.
When you mix indigenous population, what they would call Indians, not you know. When you mix Native American people and African people, that's what you get, so-called. So this is what I see. I see black people that speak Spanish, and black people that speak French, and black people that speak Creole refuse to acknowledge the fact that they're black. What do I mean by black? Someone that's from a Afro-Kuwait descent. However, the culture is full of the rhythms of Africa, the music of Africa, the etc. It pains me to know that we don't identify with ourselves. We identify with the language and the culture that we speak. When we got that culture because it was forced upon us as slaves. You went to the West Indies, you went to Dominican Republic, you went to Puerto Rico, I came to America, and you think we're different? Retarded.
No doubt. All right, so moving on. Shout out to everybody, man, that commented on that particular situation. Moving on, I got so many places.
Said some ish.
Who?
Alicia.
Let's read Alicia's comment and then let's move on.
Alicia said, this is what has been programmed from televisions, social media. All cultures have good and bad, but if all is what you see and hear, it sadly sticks with you. We have our own racial issues within our race as well. Well, light, dark, African American, black American. Until we get it together with our hurts and dysfunction, all we can do is educate, take responsibility, and call it out. Know better and do better.
True.
Clap that up. Black folks are confused too.
No doubt.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, last week we ran the story about the armored truck. I don't know if you was here. The armored truck. And,
yes.
And
and the money flying. Everywhere.
Yeah, all the money flew out, whatever, and then people stopping their cars and this and that, running out to get the money, whatever. Well.
Oh, there was a follow up, Lord.
A lot of people turned the money in. So a lot of people, but there are some people that didn't turn the money in. Now here's the story.
A handful of do-gooders have returned a fraction of the $500,000 that spilled onto a New Jersey highway when an armored truck crashed last week, according to police. Cops in East Rutherford said 5 people turned in $11,000, while another $205,000 was recovered by workers when the crash went flying along Route 3 during the money rush on Thursday. But $293,535 is still missing. The plume of bills billowed out when Brink's armored truck was involved in a crash at 8:30 a.m. on the westbound side of a busy highway, witnesses said at the time.
That's nuts. All that is missing. That's nuts.
Down.
Yo. Crazy.
Jeez. Okay, and it says, also goes on to say that sent greedy commuters into a frenzy, with some jumping out of their cars to make the wild cash grab, which caused multiple crashes, police say. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The cash was split between 2 bags containing $140,000 and $370,000.
that
fell out the truck. Wow.
We have had several individuals contact ERPD and return money in this case. The cops tweeted, "We would like to advise people if they have any money connected to this incident to contact ERPD at 201-438-0165 to make arrangements for its return with no charges filed." Yeah, because they said that they were going to go after anybody who didn't return it.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Is there anybody that wouldn't return the money that they found?
I know I made a joke the last time you asked me, but when it comes stuff like that, I'm not trying to get locked up for some money that's not even mine. You know what I mean? Like, we make jokes all the time, like, oh, the brake trucks and stuff, but like, nah, we're not doing that. You ain't coming after me.
Bab said, "What's up, Babs?" Bab said, "I would not have turned in $1." Shout out to Shore Club Music. Phyllis said,
then you can't
"Wow,
use
that's
it,
a lot of money missing."
Right? You go to the store and use that,
if it's marked.
If it's marked,
but it may not be marked. That could have been just money just coming right from a business closing up. You know how they put it in the armored trucks, whatever like that. We wouldn't have turned it in.
The money's insured, I believe, and even if it's not, I can make an argument for both sides. I can make an argument for, don't take the money, return it back. I can also make an argument of the 300-400 years of free labor, et cetera, which I know you're laughing at anything, but when it comes to money and what's right and what's wrong about it, listen, that's your own personal, that has to come down to your own personal thing. You know, filthy lucre, I mean, I know what they take out of my check.
Right.
I know the taxes, I know the insurance, I know that I pay for health insurance, and when I go to the doctor, they still want $150 from me, even though I'm a tax-paying citizen. Finally, I know that my tax dollars that they take and not ask me where they go. They take tax dollars and don't do what I want with the but they just take it. But if I take it back, I'm a criminal and they're the government. Okay.
So Ori's Glamour said, "Why charge them if they didn't steal it?"
Well, technically, if they took it and they put it in their pocket, they're stealing. It's not their money. Technically,
that's true. But I guess people don't see it that way because it was out. It was in the street. It was fair game because everybody was running for that.
They know something went wrong.
We got
they
another
know it's not their
comment.
money.
It says, "Never gonna happen. People are struggling to a point where even with a job you're broke. But hey, all money isn't good money either."
No doubt. I think somebody said, let me go back and read some comments. What Bab said exactly, it's insured.
Right.
Felicia Nelson said it is insured. Ingrid Drudge said, "LOL, I'm turning in $100 just in case you caught me on film. The rest I'm keeping."
Because you don't know how
actually smart.
Yeah, because you don't know how much you picked up. Nobody knows how much you picked up.
I didn't think about that. Ingrid, you criminal genius, you.
Kiss. I pick up $2,000. I turn in $200.
Yeah.
You see me when I get down, I was like, "Oh my God, I felt so bad here."
Because if you see me picking it up, you just don't know how much I picked up.
Genius.
No, just saying.
Hold on, Shore Club made a comment.
Straight to the strip club.
Shore Club said they still owe me 40 acres.
Damn. Victor said, "I made a joke about it last time, but marked money, I will return it. But how do we know if it's marked or not?"
Yeah, no doubt. And Shore Club also said possession of stolen property. This is true. That's true.
Demetri said, "I don't think the money is marked come up, but I'm very sure it's insured, and that's why they're begging people to turn it in. But in all honesty, I ain't turning in 1 red cent."
No, I feel you.
Finders keepers. Barbara said, "Finders keepers."
Take a chance, bruh.
Go ahead, honey. Take a chance.
Take a chance. All right, so
Mimi said, "Merry Christmas" to
this
them.
This story kind of, I'm feeling some type of way about this. So once again, we got somebody that brought something up that happened like 15, 20 years ago. Or 10 years ago, I think it happened. But it's by some famed African-American writers, directors that we know. Salim Akil, you know, and he's married to Mara Brock Akil. So here's the story. And let's talk about this because I really, really want to know how y'all feel about this, man. Like, real talk. All right. So, OWN's Love Is. So, OWN got a new show that they have called Love Is, reportedly canceled over lawsuits against creator Salim Akil. Did you hear about this story?
No.
Oh man, it's deep, bro. Kind of bothered me last night. I read the whole history of this story, but let's just read this part for the people. So they canceling Love Is for you OWN watchers.
Back, OWN ordered a second season of its romantic drama series Love Is, created by and based on a real life relationship of production duo Mark Broke Akai and Sami Akai. According to the deadline, according to the deadline, the renewal came after the show ranked as #1 on cable in its time period, with 1.2 million viewers and 1.3 rating among women, according to the OWN and Nielsen's ratings. But now, amid excitement over the forthcoming season, sources tell Love B. Scott that the network has decided to pull a plug on the hit series. While the exact reason remains unclear, sources say that the cancellation is due in part to domestic violence lawsuit. Where we at?
Right here.
While the exact reason remains unclear, okay. If you recall, back in November, the executive producer was accused of domestic violence and copyright infringement in 2 separate lawsuits at the time. Okay. Actress and screenwriter Amber Dixon Burner says she had a decade-long sexual affair with him, Akil, in which he abused her on several occasions. In addition to the physical abuse, Brenner is also accused of Akil of sexual assault, as he claimed he forced her to perform oral sex on him.
Damn.
In a separate
I never even had a chance to even watch that show.
Listen to this part. Hold on. All right. Got to make it bigger, man. We over 40.
Yeah, I'm Jerry Asher.
All right, here we go.
In a separate suit, Burner accused Akil, his wife, of Oprah's own network, of stealing her story for Love Is. However, she has since dropped the infringement suit in an attempt to focus solely on the domestic violence case against her ex-lover. In light of Salim Akil's disappointing, though predictable, denial of her actions, Amber Dixon Burner has decided to place all of the focus on the state court lawsuit of domestic violence and breach of implicit contract. Attorney Joseph Costa told The Blast on behalf of his client she is placing the federal copyright in case of whole without prejudice
Now,
to
refile.
Now, let me tell you how crazy the story is. So they left a lot out because I read, again, a lot of the story. So she's accusing him of serious sexual assault.
That's crazy.
And abuse. So when, this happened 10 years ago. So, Mara and Salim been married 19 years. So basically, somebody he was cheating on her with.
Right.
But I guess they worked that out. They went through that. Now she's claiming that he was sexually abusive to her. Like he would, at an industry party, he pushed her into a bathroom, whatever, and just put his penis in her mouth and forced her to do this, and then urinated on her and all this stuff. So there's more to the story. There's more to the story. So she said this happened 10 years ago. But here's my thing. If this happened and you felt so abused and insulted,
that's crazy.
You were doing business deals with them after.
Right.
Trying to get your story on.
Right.
And all of this.
Right.
After the fact, But so Love Is starts blowing up on their own network or whatever, and you feel as though that they're using some of your story in one of their episodes,
right?
And then you start blacking out. Now you want to black out and whatever like that. So no, granted, listen, if this really happened, because she is the other woman, if this really happened, then again, bro, should get what he deserved. But here's how it hurts what they built together. Basically, this is a team. So Mara and Salim is a team. They're a writing, directing team, and all of that. So now this is about to happen with Love Is on their own network. Now they may pull Black Lightning.
Possible.
Because they're behind that too.
Right.
And they're behind a lot of other things that we see too. So now are they going to, is it right to fault the wife, for what her husband did? Or did not do? Because right now it's allegedly.
Right.
This is a hard subject.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard because
do you punish the wife too?
If this is really what happened, then I want people to be brought to justice for what they did. But if you're using this to get another black show off the air, there are two different separate things that are occurring at the same time. On one, there's Dawood as his conspiracy's best. But if you're using this as an opportunity to then take it away, what would you call that action? Right? Did they start out to do that? But if an opportunity presented itself, and they took the opportunity to now what? Take away a show and another show and another show that African Americans are involved with, is anyone surprised by that? And what exactly would you call that? I know what I call it.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing. Like, if Anyway, ladies, just correct me if I'm wrong. For all the ladies that's listening. Okay. If I violated you 10 years ago and demeaned you and degraded you and did all of that, would you want to have any type of dealings with me? No. Any work dealings with me?
Hell no. There would be no conversation after that. And in the same token, I would deal with the situation as it happened. I'm not gonna wait, like how you said. Like, why would I then do business with you? You know what I mean? Come out with the show and do all this other stuff. And Bob just made a point. It's like, you know, not everybody else that has, you know, a show or has dealings connected to you have to suffer and have to be punished because of something that you did how many years ago? Right. When she should have just stopped all involvement with him from the first minute he pissed on her.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, I don't understand I don't understand people's logic behind situations like that. Like, somebody disrespects you, but then you still stay. You still work with them. You still make money. Now, years after, when other people are on the come up of doing, you know, great things for themselves, now we have to worry about other shows being I'm not saying we have to worry, but these people have to worry about their shows being canceled because of something that you did. It doesn't make any sense.
And see, and y'all got to understand the history. So they behind the game. They're behind being Mary Jane, girlfriends, and, you know, all of this. Her joint
canceled recently.
So now, by this one thing happening, and you know how like everybody likes to follow suit once one thing happened. So let's start finding anything that he didn't touch, and let's put pressure on the sponsors and the networks to get rid of it, to cancel it. So again, everything they did was jointly. So do you shut down all this now, all the reruns, this, that, future Black Lightning episodes?
I think that people that have the intention of removing African American shows from the air take any opportunity that they can to do so. Is it right? No. Are we able to call it what it is? You tell me. I mean, you know, everyone knows where I stand on the issue. Like, what do you think you're seeing here? I know what I see.
But here it is.
It's true. It's like a dresser on the spot.
This woman though is African American,
right?
And you got to understand, she was also his mistress. A mistress that decided to still do business with him after she claims she was sexually assaulted and degraded and all of this stuff. All right, let's take this call. Caller from the 404. State your name when you're calling from. You on the Man Cave Today show. What's up?
Okay, what's up, guys? This is Demetria, Atlanta, suburbs, whatever. Anyway, I was calling to comment on this story that you're talking about right now. I don't get it. I smell somebody looking for money. I'm just straight up. Because, I mean, as a domestic violence and a sexual assault survivor, or because I don't want to say victim, but as a survivor, I find these stories very, very difficult to read and deal with. Because I know after my situation, I ain't dealing with the person. The only time I had dealings with the person is when he sexually assaulted somebody else, because I never pursued my case. Because when I got out, I got the hell out. I left. And, you know, I still try to get with it or whatever. But it wasn't until years later that I had to go back and do a deposition in a case that he was involved in because he did the exact same thing to somebody else. But I was not in the same courtroom. I recorded my deposition. I couldn't even look at this dude. And this was years and years and years later. So I'm saying, to me, these cases should be treated like how, you know how your bank treats you? If you've done business with them in the past, you can't get your money back? Even if it was a mistake. You see what I'm saying? Like, this kind of stuff make me feel weird, because it's like when women come forward who have been, say if a woman came forward because she had been afraid all these years and she just couldn't, they came to her, you can't believe, like, this person literally did business with him afterwards. Still hustling, nickel and diming, and now they're successful. And it's like, she coming for money. She smell money. She want money. Because there's no way you can sit at the same table to somebody that pissed on you.
Hello? Unless you.
I mean, I'm not even gonna sit at the same business table with somebody that look cross-eyed at me.
Yeah.
Let alone piss on me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's just,
okay.
So what do you think of Oprah's decision to dead the show because of the allegations?
I understand what Oprah's doing, because she does have an image to protect. And I mean, just like a lot of other people, if she don't dead in the show, they're going to say, oh, Oprah supports this.
It's connected to
her. And then, you know, you got to also remember, Oprah is a sexual molestation victim. So, I mean, I think her canceling is probably a lot of personal things and not want to be associated with something that she's been so against. and spoke out again.
And she's friends.
You know,
Oprah is friends actually with Mara Brock, Celine's wife. So I'm like, I know that had to be a hard call. Right. But see,
I think it was a hard decision. Maybe she sat down and talked to them and let them know, and maybe they could come back once this is settled. But I mean, I can understand why she would do it, and it was probably, like you said, a hard decision to go and call your friend and say, "Look, we cannot carry the show."
Right.
And I know they better not cancel Black Lightning because I just got into that now.
Look, let me tell you. I think, and you know, this is sad to say, but I think that's what hurt me the most, because I'm like, other networks is probably going to follow suit to this, and probably we're going to hear about Black Lightning not getting another season.
Okay.
Right.
So Norman just said something extremely key. First of all, this is
my government.
This is
no, go ahead.
This is a very difficult situation. Number one, let's say something happened, right? And then she still did business with her. Now she wants money. That's A. Let's say something did not happen and she went for it and wants money. That's two different things. Opportunistic on both sides. That's the first thing. The second thing, Dawood, stop talking about this white supremacy, this, that, and the other, because it's a black-owned company, this, and that, and the other. If you are kowtowing to the pressure of white supremacy, then you are a victim of it. Now, as a business decision, of course, Norm, I understand this is bad for business. But just because you are black doesn't mean you cannot fall victim to white supremacy, doesn't mean that you can't practice the tenets of white supremacy, whether you are aware of it or not, or whether you're saying it is simply good business because of the pressure that the overarching problem is causing. This is deep. You got the Me Too, you got taking black shows off the air, and you got what we face as black people, which is this, to wit. Every time we get a toe up, we get slapped back down. The participants, the color of the participants may change, male, female, black, white, etc. But the overarching problem exists.
What's the overarching problem? Just say that. Just say that real quick.
White supremacy and its effects.
White supremacy has nothing to do with this one, bro. I'm telling you right now, it has nothing to do with it. Me right now, if somebody came back to me and is like, Dawood raped me. I know we know this never happened. Scenario.
Right.
Or John Doe that works here raped me. He did this. He violated. He would be out of here.
Right.
Right. Two, anything he's associated with, business that he's representing,
it's going to be over.
It's going to be over. Of course. It's going to be done. Right. That's not a white supremacy thing. That's business. That's straight business.
Okay, so let me respond
That's
to
not white
that.
supremacy.
Let me respond to that. You do business in the milieu and in the country where that's the law of the land. Everything that you do and everything that you say, directly or indirectly. Now I realize, you're the conspiracy theory. Here you go again. The system is not, listen to me, the system is not fair and honest. It's not. It's built upon certain things. The labor of us as a people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, there are certain aspects of the Me Too movement that come together and they mess. There's a lot of moving pieces, and I get that. There's a lot of moving pieces. I cannot accept the supposition that to be in a capitalist society in America, that supremacy doesn't have something to do with that, because it does.
In certain cases, not everything.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Let me just finish my point.
We're going to argue this point.
Okay, fine. Let's argue it.
Go ahead.
Listen. What I'm saying is this: it is easy to dismiss the effects of white supremacy by saying, here you go again. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the overarching system is that. If you are in a corrupt system, you have to acknowledge, okay, the system is corrupt. After you do that, you say, okay, how do I navigate this system that is corrupt?
So the scenario I just gave you about BKS, if that happened to BKS, and I let somebody go, and I trash whatever projects, whatever,
that's business.
That's business.
Yes.
I'm not influenced by white supremacy because I don't want a rapist working for my company.
Right. That's very true. And I'm not saying that's not, listen to me. You're absolutely 1000% right. I'm not saying that. But a rapist not working for your company and several black shows being canceled, that's what I'm talking about. Of course, I'm not going to get, no, I don't want a racist working for my company. I don't want a woman that cried rape and then she wasn't raped. You see what I'm saying? It all gets complicated. But I'm saying the overarching thing, but this connects to other black shows and other black shows and other black shows, as though all those black shows have to be smeared with rape. Why? Powerful white folk rape white people all the time and don't nothing. Ask Woody Allen. Ask Woody Allen if he's a rapist.
What was you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say, well, 3 quick things. Like Diana said, her thing is when something like that happens, deal with it on the spot. And in her opinion, and I agree, you wait for this money to pile up, for things to get bigger, and for situations to grow before saying, now I'm gonna say something. Now I'm gonna make it an issue. Like I said when Demetria just said what she said. How do you deal with somebody who pissed on you? Unless you into that kind of thing, because you said she was the mistress.
Yes.
Who knows what the hell they was doing behind closed doors? Absolutely. And now all of a sudden you're complaining about it. This is when we go back to saying that the Me Too movement is an amazing movement, because I think that it's
which was created by African American women,
right? Which to me is a voice, right, that speaks for actual victims. But then you have to think about the certain percentage of women,
right,
who don't go through shit, who haven't gone through anything, or are with a certain situation. No, they down with I was about to say mequetrefe. Sorry, that's a Puerto Rican thing.
What does that mean?
What I'm talking about. It's how Puerto Ricans say, like, oh, you dealing with so and so, whatever. It's a term, but whatever. You deal with these people behind closed doors. You do certain things behind closed doors. Nobody knows what y'all are doing, but now all of a sudden it's an issue. Now all of a sudden, because money is in the air, you got something to say. That's one. 2, I completely agree with Oprah saying she's gonna pull it. At the end of the day, Oprah, she's been through her own ish. She has her brand, okay, that she stands firmly behind. So why would she want that type of crap behind her thing? 3rd, I saw what Vic said. I have to go back to the comment, but in a nutshell, you think about situations like this, and it's like, okay, another black show. Now we have to think about other black shows going down the drain because of what you did, because of your situation. But then you look at situations like, what was the show with Charlie Sheen and
Two Men and the Baby.
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men. Right? You got 2.5 Men. Let's think about Bill Cosby now. Bill Cosby's locked the hell up right now because of something that supposedly, allegedly he did years ago, which, and I'm sorry, I'm going to keep on saying it, I don't necessarily think that he's 100,000% guilty for, because we talked about the era where everybody was down with that type of shit. Now he's being penalized and he's being convicted and now doing jail time for something that everybody was doing. Now to go back to my original point, so I can shut up, is you go back to 2.5 Men.
Right.
What happened with Charlie Sheen? HIV positive, was purposely sleeping with women.
When he willingly gave AIDS to women,
he was literally sleeping with women and infecting women, infecting them. But guess
Absolutely
what?
Still
Not even that. He was cut off the show, but the show still existed.
Right.
For what? Almost
after he left,
2 seasons.
And they didn't destroy the show, did they?
Or
take him off the show off the air.
With Ashton Kutcher.
Yes.
But the show still, the show still came. You still saw it.
Yes.
So now I'm trying to understand. So now
you understand.
So Bill DK, they raped all these women. DK assaulted these women.
Right.
He's doing time.
Right.
But yet you done took his show off of TV Land. You done took his show off of all these old school shows where they were showing Martin and showing all these classic shows because of something that he allegedly did. But yet 2.5 Men was still running, whether they took Charlie Sheen or not.
Right.
The brand was still afloat.
So is it a crime?
Why?
So hold on before you go to Norm. Is it a crime for me to give AIDS to a woman and I know it, and another one,
Absolutely.
and another one, and another? Is that a crime?
You should be under
so how come that show wasn't completely vanished from the ether? The show is on reruns making money right now.
So in that case, we can talk about the white man wins and whatever. But
so now let's go back to Oprah. Now to me, I think because we don't know the inside what's really going on, but I think like this: you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So I think because they are a team, this may be a case whereas Celine and his wife Mara should have talked. Well, look, honey, I got to deal with this situation right now. I'm a bow out.
Absolutely.
We want to still keep this on the air.
Absolutely.
I'm a do a resignation letter
as far
as this particular show, and you run it. You move on with this show from here on. I think Oprah probably should have worked that situation out and still kept the show, and his wife could have ran it. Same thing with Black Lightning. If it comes down to that, well, just pull out of it, pull out these projects until these allegations and everything is resolved. Because I'm telling you, they touch so many stuff. If it happens with this one, and they say it's behind the sex allegation, because there's 2 reasons why they say that there's this lawsuit happening: the sex allegations and the fact that he used some of her story in one of the episodes. So she's suing for two different things. Now, Oprah has all the rights in the world to say, look, I don't want to be bothered with this no more, because they stealing people's script.
Right.
If that's the case, then so be it.
Yeah, exactly, Vic. Even like he said, still making money, still showing episodes, replacing Sheen, but the name is still popping. Roseanne has a spin-off show called The Conners without Roseanne, and that's my thing. So your
Absolutely,
your solution was, she was the last episode, she was on the opioids and she was addicted to his drugs. Let's kill her off. You kill her off, but at the end of the day, you can't watch The Conners and not think about Roseanne. You're still talking about her. This is still the essence of what that show was. But when it comes to the minorities,
right.
Let a Latina do what just happened just now, and we're gonna get shut the hell. Like she said, they don't want to see us on top, regardless to whatever.
And that's the
minorities will never win in a situation like this. We'll never, because we don't know the whole story.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This dude had a mistress. At the end of the day, you don't know what they was getting down like.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, she could have been all cool and then like, oh, when we go to the club, throw me in the bathroom. And I like golden showers. Because there's freak ass people out here that are more freakier than the three of us sitting at this damn panel. You know what I mean? That
Absolutely.
like things that we don't like. We don't know.
Clown.
Man, listen, I'm just saying it's true. Like when it comes to minorities, we will never win in situations like this. We're gonna always get the plug pulled on us. We're gonna always lose situations. We're gonna always lose money. Lives will be ruined. Characters will be tainted forever. Don't matter. But be a Caucasian and have a show running for 15 years and then mess around and go and God forbid, molest a child or rape somebody or kill somebody, and you know what? Swept under the damn rug. Because this situation with Charlie Sheen, like you heard it 1 minute, nobody even talks about it now. Nobody talks about it now. But that shit is serious. Like you were literally going out there, and I was a fan. You were literally going out there and infecting women. The minute I heard that shit, I didn't even watch that show no more. And I loved that show. It was hilarious to me.
General, you have a story with so many moving pieces because while I support the Me Too movement, I don't support opportunists that use the movement, that are false people,
take
making
advantage
false
of it.
allegations. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While I don't, while I recognize that a sexual predator should be arrested and locked up, should everyone that said hi, lose their job?
And
the key grip and the director and the this and the that and the third.
And to me, that's an insult to actual victims.
Third issue, right, which is ancillary. If I have evil intent in my heart, after the 5 issues that Norm brought up about business, about this and about that, in addition to everything else, not including, but in addition to, it's now used against us in a racist way. The 6 things that you said hold true and they are prevalent there, but the 7th thing, because I know what I see, and what happens is we get absolutely. Listen. Look. There you go talking about racism again. Look, are you saying that you want women to be abused and raped? Are you saying you get all the way off going on because some of us have an inability to look at complicated issues with many different moving parts. That's all I'm saying.
It's a lot of layers to it, but not with this Oprah case, bro. Not with OWN network that she controls and she can make the decision for that. Right? So listen. It all boils down to is she doesn't want backlash against sponsors, and that's what it is. The sponsors that keep the network alive. So if this happens, I'm praying that they lean more towards there was a script discrepancy, whatever.
Yeah, I'm praying
whatever, and that's why we decided to let the show go, because if it goes on the basis of some sexual allegations,
you finish, man.
They're going to follow. Every other network is going to follow suit, and anything that Mara, Brock Kill, and Celine touch, they're going to dead it.
Yep.
So last
that's exactly
thing.
what Karen
So
just
how
said.
come when there was a sexual problem with 2.5 Men, they removed one character, but the show, but the entire show didn't disappear?
That's one big example.
So you're saying Dawu, she has the power, she has the decision. One person used their power to keep it on. This is my point, General. One person used their power to keep the show on the air. They looked a certain way. The other person exercised said power to take it off. To me, power is what you can keep, not what you can cut.
That's all in the leadership right there. Because listen, even going back to the situation with Roseanne, and they decided to make it the Conners, who's in charge of that? That's an African American woman that made that call, bruh. That made that call. That was another African American woman
absolutely agree.
that made that call because she did not want to punish the rest of the cast and the crew that worked so hard, and they put so much money and time and advertising and promoting this whole Roseanne thing, and then Roseanne messed it up for everybody, so they still kept the situation going.
And there,
now with Oprah, again, if sexual allegations is her reasoning for not wanting to touch this, and she's a woman, and whatever the case may be, so it's going to be too messy. I don't want to touch this. I don't want sponsors hitting me up, and I'm trying to grow this network. Now I'm going to be losing money, whatever. This is done. I'm cutting this.
General, if you hang the coat on the hook of sexual sexual harassment, it's nothing left to discuss. 1000% right. Be quiet. If it's about the sexual harassment, there's no wiggle room there. You know what I mean?
Now,
so I get you. I understand what you're saying.
D-Mac said she is suing, but she never pressed criminal charges. Now, that says a lot for somebody that's been violated and hurt, and I've been sexually assaulted, whatever.
And you're not even his woman. You the mistress.
So come on. That says a
Come
lot.
on now. Come on.
If I'm just suing you,
she knew what she was doing.
And I'm not looking for no criminal charges, because now we do know you could do something 60 years ago.
Automatic come up.
And now they can come after you with criminal charges. So we know that now. We saw how Bill Cosby's situation went down and everything. So I'm just saying this, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
All right. But this is one situation I can't really go with the white supremacy thing, and it's an agenda thing. No, this is Oprah trying to cover her ass.
Like even like Cass said it. He said Oprah's a very smart woman. Oprah knows, just like each and every one of us on the panel, that the more you dig, the more you'll find. I don't think that Oprah's willing to take the chance of what's going on to pop out door 3 and so forth. Yes. And it's true.
So
she has a brand. So
in Oprah's case, and in the case of the person that was with ABC, you had 2 powerful black women working in a system that's against them. There are 2 powerful women exercising their power to do X or Y. That does not negate the system that's lined up. Number 1. Number 2, if you just, again, I gotta say this, if you just hanging on this whole sexual this and that and the third, you don't want no part of it, General, it's absolutely nothing that can be done or said about that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, watch out for opportunists in the future, because it seems like it's yet another weapon to go ping, 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 ping. Maybe not in this case, but if you just look at the whole issue, it's like, okay, now I'm going to use this shotgun. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to use this 45 against black people.
Now has the whole now has the whole double standard kicked in? Yes, because if you look at the case of Harvey Weinstein, he still hasn't been charged with anything. He's still just alleged this, alleged that, whatever. Weinstein touched so many movies that we didn't see, and touched so many television shows that we didn't see, or whatever. None of them are being canceled due to allegations. So,
General,
so this is the double standard that we're dealing with.
But of course,
and of course, the people that can make the decisions to say, well, you know what?
The powers that
be. Okay, Weinstein was a part of this big hit movie, but the movie's already a hit, whatever. But let it run. Continue distributing it. Or this particular television show Weinstein was a part of, it's a success. People love it. You know, why pull it? You know, we just take his name off this. We don't cut him no more checks. We don't do this no more. So they make different arrangements and different scenarios happen. You know what I'm saying, for different situations. So that exists. Yes, I get that. That double standard exists. But with this case, you know, that's Oprah making a business decision.
And I agree with Deidre and Diana. She said, freak, that's what she is. And Deidre said, but you dealt with it for 10 years. You like that issue. You like being pissed on. I'm sorry. I think that's exactly what it is. She was waiting for the right opportunity to say, oh, come up. The money's right where it should be. He's doing this, that, and the third. Money's piling up. So guess what? If I use all this stuff now to say, oh, I'm a victim, I'm going to get this money. Everybody's lives going to be ruined.
I pray every day.
She got that one off.
I pray every day for myself and all the brothers that I know. Because someone can come and hit with an allegation of this and that, and they get into that he said, she said, and you are guilty. There ain't no innocent until nothing.
Right.
Like, and if, let's say, you fight and use all your money and take everything you have, and they go, you're innocent, but you've lost so much.
Well, they gotta put laws in place, man. They need to realize the type of environment in the world we live in right now, and realize that there are legitimate victims, right? And there are cash cows. You know, people that certain women see as cash cows, and they play on it. You know, and that's the reality to it. So, but there need to be some type of laws in place. There got to be some type of burden of proof.
Yes.
They have to really change that.
And when your ass get caught in a lie,
yes,
you should be paid for that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Especially when it comes to situations like that.
So, on a real lighter note.
Damn, that was deep as hell.
Yeah. I want deep. That's why I wanted to talk about that story.
And we see you guys' comments. I know we're not reading everything, but we see them.
Some of them. I don't want to be penalized for nothing.
Right.
Be put in jail.
Right.
Okay, I'll go with Demetria. She said the rules do not apply to black and white people the same. Sponsors will not drop ABC, but I guarantee you they drop the old network. The rules just don't apply to us in the same. Victor said, so is that their own decision, or was that? I'm sorry, or whether the powers that be over that made the decision? Why wasn't that decision made for a different world than Cosby Show?
Hey,
I read Deidre's comment before. Barb said Love Is should have been supported by the own network and kept because Warner Brothers already did the investigation to prove otherwise. Barbara said, because for real, someone did file shit to me and I was straight to the police and filed charges. Vic said, I understand Oprah's part. I get it. Cass said 2.5 Men still had potential and the director and producers had the vision to proceed. Basically, they had the balls to take the chance and they were right. D-San said exactly would have been called. Barbara said definitely a double standard. Latanya said you can't keep a man that don't want to be kept, according to the topic. Victor said Judas got her 30 pieces of silver and gold. Latanya also said money is the root to all evil and some will do anything to get it.
No doubt.
General, what percentage does Oprah still have in OWN? Does she still have controlling interest?
I'm not. Yeah, I think she does have controlling interest.
Oh, and Diana said, and the Weinstein case is going no way. So what is that saying? They're about to drop some of the allegations.
Yeah.
Oh man, look.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, man. Look, you gotta. Again, I'm gonna say this for the last time.
It's
you
clear
all
as
have
day.
to realize
there's no
who runs the media.
aha moment. Mm-hmm.
We all have to realize who
absolutely
runs the media.
Yep.
You know what? I wish
Absolutely.
I wish a lot of content could go on. I mean, even with Oprah, she had to cut a deal with the devil.
Absolutely.
In order for it to exist.
Absolutely.
And thrive.
Yes.
So sometimes you do. You got to cut that deal.
Yeah.
With the devil, you just got to get it all on paper. You know,
it's crazy.
Dot your I's and cross your T's. All right. So moving on. I saw this. I thought because it's the holidays, we could talk about it. So you know how like with your grandson, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you got little nieces and nephews, right? So you'll buy what you think is like, oh, they're gonna love this, man. This is the Nintendo with this and that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you buy this one little G.I. Joe doll or whatever, and they're playing, and you spend all this money on the Nintendo, but they're playing with the little $20 G.I. Joe doll.
Mm-hmm.
You want to feel some type of way. Would you take the other gift back because they're not playing with it?
No.
$400 gift back?
No. And because me thinking about like you made just as an example, like I know him, he likes everything. He plays with everything, but I do notice that he has a certain what's the word? An attraction or whatever to certain, like he loves dinosaurs. He loves gorillas. You know what I'm saying? Certain things. So people buy him stuff all the time. He's gotten cars, he's gotten this, he's gotten that. He picks and chooses what he wants to play, what he wants to play with. That don't mean you take back what he's not giving attention, because our thing in my mind, I'm thinking he'll get to it. You know what I mean? When he's ready to play with that and he's ready to give it some time, then leave it where it's at.
So Tamar,
I'm scared to even. Oh jeez.
No, Tamar is upset because I'm just gonna let y'all. We're gonna read the story, then we're gonna run the clip. All right. So let's read it. This tape from Tamar Braxton.
Child, we opened gifts last night because we are taking the kids on vacation. I'm sorry.
What happened?
I don't like the way
yeah, child, yeah. Go ahead, read it.
You heard him on that channel.
Why? Because I have the annoying
That's like
voice.
me saying,
Oh, shut up.
See?
Flag
Y'all are petty as all hell.
Flag on the play, General.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I was trying to wait for it to pop. Okay, you know my eyes. Okay. Child, we opened gifts last night because we are taking the kids on vacation. And Logan don't care nothing about what about what he pretended he wanted. He would rather have the $10 car we found at the alley. The moral of the story is that I'm taking this PS4 back to the store and collecting my funds. Parents, find out what they really want, because you could be blessed with $400 unwanted return gift too, or give them the cheap shit first. # look at God and keep your coins. Yo, I hate her.
She is a
I hate her.
Here's the clip.
You really took back the PS4? She did?
What about his other gift?
$20, give him his other gift. I think it's over there. Oh, and it's an Amazon Prime thing on my counter. I think that could be the GAME. That's for me.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh no. Logan, do you know what that is? No. It's a PlayStation Spider-Man of your own, so you ain't got to go over Diesel's house and play. What about his other gift?
I like what Kiss said when she talked about just kind of being in tune to what her grandson likes and what her grandson doesn't like. As men and as boys, at that age, which what that boy looks like at that certain age, yeah, trucks, cars.
They like what they like.
Take the spoon and bang it on the pots and the pans. You understand what I'm saying? That's how boys are. Now, as he gets a little older, he'll eventually be into the PS4. And I overheard her say, "Oh, look, you can play the Spider-Man at your house instead of your cousin." The boy doesn't make that connection. He doesn't make that connection. So maybe A, Kiss there, or B, grandma or grandpa or Uncle Norm would have told you.
Right.
Before you buy that, go.
Yeah, because people ask me all the time,
It's
like,
babies, little boys.
what is Justice like? Oh,
Little rusty butt boy?
Yeah, I'm going Christmas shopping. What's Justice into? That's the first thing people say. What is Justice into? I'm like, literally anything and anything. Because he has, like, my daughter got, when we first moved in, got him like a little toy chest. So he has like all his blocks. He got his little Lego snap things. He got his cars. He has this, he's that. But when you see him, what is he doing? On the damn tablet. And he wants to watch his little shows. And then you have his little dinosaur there, his little Spider-Man thing. Right. But you have to know your kids. Like, why? Right. I would never go out and spend $400 that I don't have. Like, Tamar, she got it. But if I got $400, listen, I'm not spending on Nintendo that I know off the back he's not playing with.
I'm taking that ish back to the store. If I see he ain't playing with that PS4,
he's not even interested. He wasn't even interested. He's like, "Ooh, fire truck." He didn't care.
Yeah, you should have known he was too young for that.
Come on, man. You should know that ahead of time.
How many of y'all would have took it back to the store? How many of y'all would have took it back to the store?
Me? Yes, I would have. But Tamar, she ain't hard.
But you know, as a game fan, I wouldn't have paid $400 for it in the first place because at GameStop you get them used for half the price. So you're just out.
$50.
You talking to me about rich people problems?
Act like we from the hood.
I can go online and get a PS4 and I'm not gonna pay.
Let me tell you something. I don't think
the used joint.
Yo, I don't think. Yo, Ori's a straight game head. Straight game head. I don't think I've ever in my life ever paid full price for anything. Remember the first time I bought her a Wii? I bought this candy red one that she wanted. I paid $50 for that. And she didn't care.
And I'm in GameStop rewards where I get 25% off all my.
Man, listen, times is hard. Ain't nobody paying no $400 for a game for a kid that's not going to use it.
That's rich people problems.
Babs said, "Yes, sir. I'm taking it back."
Yeah.
Demetrius said, "My kids are getting tablets, clothes, shoes, and the boxes that the expensive shit came in. My kids have an incredible imagination, and they like
the
boxes better than the actual toys." Wow.
As kids do.
Justice walk around with a brand new hat, put it on his hat, and keep it moving. He wouldn't even pay a PS4 no mind. That's crazy.
Lenita, what's up, Lenita? Lenita said, "Right, that grows into different toys."
Right.
Yeah, they grow into different toys. True indeed. D. San said, "Yes, my 10-year-old grandson still likes to play with cars.
Right.
I don't have a game system at my house." That's what's up.
So Ori's glamour said, she said, "My love, Justice." She said he's happy. He's a happy boy. Give him anything and he'll play with that. True. And then she said, "Girl, you got that money. Why not? Returning a gift is not cool. You get things that kids can learn from."
Ingrid said he was too young.
Yeah.
He can't even spell game.
Yeah, because I was like, she just said the GAME.
Controller unplug and letting him
think he's playing.
I
like what Kid said, where you give her grand something brand new, and he'll be like, "Thank you," and go right back to his toy box and pick up his favorite toy.
I remember one Christmas.
That's the boy.
One Christmas, he opened up all these cars and opened up blocks and this and that, whatever. He opened up a bag that my daughter bought him, like a hat, and matter of fact, she's on now. His grandma bought him like the sweater or whatever. Why he went right to the sweater? Remember I told you that? Put the sweater on and the hat, kept it moving. He didn't even care about all the stuff that was in there. Like, you have to know your kids, man.
No doubt.
Wasting money on nothing.
I feel nothing for rich people's problems.
Right,
Absolutely
exactly.
Nothing.
And real quick, for all y'all Luke Cage fans, so y'all know it was canceled from Netflix.
Right.
Netflix canceled Luke Cage. I was upset. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, he was crying.
But then I get this news. Watch out, Netflix. Luke Cage showrunner Chio Hadari Coker inks overall deal with Amazon Studios.
Oh,
that's the creator of Luke Cage.
Yeah.
So they're going to come back on
Amazon Prime?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, Lord. I know you happy.
Yeah.
Luke Cage fans are still sad that Netflix pulled the plug on the Marvel series after 2 seasons, but it looks like it's a showrunner. Show Coker is on to bigger and better things. Coker recently inked an overall TV development deal with Amazon Studios, making it clear they're ready to give Netflix a run for their money. Coker spent the early part of his career as a music journalist for publications like Los Angeles Times, Rolling Stone, Vibe, and Essence before his transition to content creation. He has written for numerous television series including Ray Donovan, Southland, NCIS Los Angeles. He has also tackled the film world by writing 2009's Notorious, and most recently he penned the story for Creed 2.
Check you out.
I'm telling you,
bring back Luke Cage, brother. That's a good.
There's
one.
gonna be a lot of happy people.
They pull a plug on that show entirely too early.
Yeah.
Me and Norm were talking about how back in the day, Cheers was a flop for like 3 years. They supported the show. MASH was too. Until it caught on, and they turned out to be the two of the biggest. Yeah, but it was a very, very big show.
It was a big show. And liked it.
People like me, Norm, I'm a fan of if Amazon gets Luke Cage back on the air, you're going to see Amazon
Prime is on the come up.
Yeah, they picking up everything.
Yeah, no doubt.
Amazon Prime is on the come up. Netflix better watch out. All
Hulu
this
too.
Y'all canceling some of the wrong stuff.
Yep.
I was mad when they canceled The Get Down.
I'm still hurt over that.
Me too.
No, World
Me too. Because I binged on that. I was pissed off. I was like, why? Like, for what?
General, you could, as much money as you got, you could have made that a passion project and just funded it and resold it and DVDs, syndication, and all that other stuff. That was an excellent show.
No doubt. I'm curious. The fun question of the day is, y'all could just put it in the comment section. Which canceled shows do you wish they would bring back? If you had to pick one canceled show, what shows that have been canceled throughout the years that you wish they would bring back? That's the question for y'all.
I might
put it in the comment section. We'll talk about it.
The Get Down, Different World.
You only get one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just one?
Go ahead.
I stole the Get Down. I used to love that show.
We talking about all over. It don't have to be just Netflix.
Oh God.
Cancel shows?
I would say Martin.
Yeah.
Martin is up there.
Because y'all taking both my answers. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of good time.
You know what? Hey, Kiss.
All right, so are we talking about just like recent shows?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Because I know y'all going to say all the classics.
You only can pick one. That's why it's going to be hard.
Damn. People might look at me cross-eyed when I say this, but I kind of liked Being Mary Jane.
Did you?
I did. See? Cross-eyed.
You like that Thought show?
No, it wasn't. It's not even about the Thought show. It's about. I like the storyline because it was relatable.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
So what's going on now? How sex and love and relationships ain't the ish and whatever.
I thought
it was interesting.
Living Single to see if Kyle and what's her name?
Oh, Eric Adams. Yeah. That's not gonna happen because he's gay.
So what? He's acting.
It was a joke.
Demetra said, "I love MASH and Cheers."
I didn't like MASH. Cheers was dope.
Girlfriends. Ingrid Judge said.
But there's people missing.
Kaz Minor
right?
said Beast Wars.
If people die, I don't want to see. I don't want to see any shows being recreated if there's people that are missing because they died. I'm sorry.
All right, so we're gonna come back with the topic tomorrow. Do women really know what will keep a man? Because we want to go into that heavily. We don't want to just touch it and then have to end the show. So we will be back tomorrow on the Man Cave Today show. You already know what it is. Make sure you tune in because it's going to be interesting. All right, we got a lot to talk about. Trust me and believe. We want to thank everybody for joining us.
Absolutely.
And luck, the ultimate birthday party going down. February 9th is my birthday. Finally, it's on a Saturday.
It's Felix the Cat.
And you know how we do the Who Owns the Mic, open mic, and everything, and like how we combine the holiday party this year with the open mic. We're gonna do that again on for my birthday.
Yay.
February 9th. Stay tuned. We're gonna give y'all the location and where it's gonna be at, but it's gonna be epic. If you thought the holiday party was epic, if you attended that, this is even gonna be more epic. So we're gonna keep y'all informed. All right. So hold on. Yeah, we can't take no more calls. We got to end the show.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see y'all tomorrow. Remember, this show is never about us.
It is always about you.
Because what?
You are
the next best kept secret. We out of here.
Love
Peace.
you guys. Thank you.